Let's get over to Shannon Sharpe. I had a take about what I thought was going on with Shannon Sharpe. I previously said, I'm going to read that super chat shortly for sake and archives, that I didn't believe that Shannon Sharpe would join First Take. Listen, I remember what I said, and I'm bringing myself back to the front of the congregation. And I want to add the context. I said I didn't believe that Shannon Sharpe would join ESPN First Take. A, I didn't believe that they had the bag to be able to secure him. I'm wondering what they paid him. And then B, I thought that Shannon Sharpe was too big for First Take. I believed that Shannon Sharpe was too big for First Take. I really did. I didn't think that Shannon Sharpe would at any point, ever even entertain the possibility of going over into First Take. I thought he was too big for it. I thought that he was the person that actually deserved his own show, and he deserved to be the headline of a show. But I also got another take, even though I was wrong at the possibility of Shannon Sharpe joining First Take. All right, make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm and the Facebook algorithm. Right, turn on your notifications, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. This is Stephen A. officially this morning announcing that Shannon Sharpe is joining First Take.
I honestly didn't know I had an announcement to make until literally 60 seconds ago. But I was informed that it's official. Obviously, First Take has been incredibly successful. We've been blessed and fortunate enough to be number one the last 12 years. I have all of you to thank, particularly Dan, you, of course, you filling in for the great Molly Karam. Did I pronounce her name right? Karam. Okay. Molly and the rest of the crew. So I want to thank everybody here and the success that we've been able to enjoy. But it's all about not standing still and taking it to another level. And
thank you, Black Man Unfiltered, and everybody that's super chatting. I'm going to be reading that shortly.
And official this morning, Mr. Shannon Sharpe will be joining the crew. He will be joining First Take. It is official. Shannon Sharpe is coming to First Take. He will debut.
Why is his tongue out like that? What is going on here?
Monday, September 4th. He will be on here every Monday and Tuesday with yours truly. Of course, the crew, Dan Orlovsky, Kim.
All right, so let me add the context here. Now that Stephen A. Smith is saying what he's saying. And I'm going to play the rest of the video shortly. But let me add the context, all right? I think that ESPN gave up a bag, and they not disclosing the terms of the deal, obviously. But I think that ESPN gave up a bag, all right? Here's the context now. He's describing the times in which Shannon Sharpe will actually appear on the channel. So one thing that Charles Barkley used to say about ESPN is they said ESPN is going to work you. They are going to work you morning, noon, and night, and they are going to make sure that they get all of their company money out of you. Everything that they paying you, they're going to have you at the finals. They're going to have you working at night. They're going to have you working in the daytime. You have to get back up, do First Take, so on and so forth, whatever it is that they got to doing. But it appears that Shannon Sharpe was able to secure the bag while only working 2 days a week. Mailman Fresh says, Shannon fumbled. This is a downgrade. I don't think the show will be as good as Undisputed. I don't think that Shannon Sharpe is really have a real investment in being a sports analyst. I don't think that Shannon Sharpe has an interest in being a sports analyst. I think that Shannon Sharpe has an interest in getting to the bag and leveraging the fact that he was a sports analyst, and a great one was Skip, in order to continue to do other things. I think that Shannon Sharpe is securing the bag from ESPN, only working 2 days a week, and I think that he's going to spend a majority of his time working on his own ventures and his own podcast. I don't think that Shannon made a bad decision at all. A lot of people are saying that Shannon Sharpe fumbled because he's bigger. I'm telling you that Shannon Sharpe is getting to the bag and only working 2 days a week on first take, and he's going to be spending the majority of his time building out his own podcast. I think that Shannon played it correctly. I think what the negotiation was had nothing to do with the money that he was working on. I think the negotiation was how much time he would expend on what it was that they was doing over there on first take. Think about it. They gave him the best 2 days of the week that happens after Super Bowl Sunday and Monday Night Football. After Super Bowls, or not Super Bowl Sunday, after football on Sunday, weekend football, you got to appear on Monday in order to break down everything that's happening with the NFL. And then Tuesday after Monday Night Football. Shannon Sharpe is using ESPN, and if ESPN didn't see this, man, listen, ESPN are fools over there. ESPN just got finessed. Y'all thinking that Shannon Sharpe fumbled because he deserved to be on a bigger platform. Shannon Sharpe is trying to build his own thing. Shannon Sharpe is not trying to become the face of ESPN. Shannon Sharpe is leveraging this in order to get to the bag, in order to continue to promote what it is that he has going on in his own life. Shannon finessed ESPN. They probably gave him a huge bag. What ESPN should have did was go back to the drawing board. Instead of trying to get big names, right? Skip is the only person that should be trying to get big names in order to support what it is that he's putting together. Because Skip is a proven builder of what it is that he does great. ESPN should have went back to the drawing board and got up-and-coming people that could then communicate effectively and then give the bag over to them, or the people that was able to establish their own platform on their own, such as the Pat McAfee. Shannon is running a play on ESPN, and they didn't see it. They did not see it. Stephen A. advocated for it, so I believe that it put ESPN and Disney in a bad negotiating position, because Stephen A. Smith was sitting here on his podcast advocating for it. Stephen A. Smith was on his podcast and was going on air every other week talking about, I want Shannon Sharpe. I want Shannon Sharpe to be on first take. I want Shannon Sharpe to be on first take. And so Shannon, being the smart businessman that he did, he leveraged that and probably ultimately got a huge bag from ESPN, only to have to work 2 days a week, get the bag, and then be able to spend the majority of his efforts, his energy, and his time on his own platform that he's building for himself. He said, I don't think he finessed ESPN. They knew what they were getting into, and they have a plan. They know what they're doing based on their track record. What track record? Disney is losing money. ESPN is losing money. That's why they fired everybody. Based off of what track record? They largely leveraged the idea that they were first to the market and they had no competition 10, 15, 20 years ago, back when we had ESPN and SportsCenter being a primary part of our lives. But ESPN is going to continue to lose ground from people that are building. And if you think that people are going to be tuning in just to see Shannon Sharpe debate Stephen A. Smith, it may have a few highlights. But we talk about the fact that he only working 2 days a week when he was working 5 days a week, depending on what was happening over there on Undisputed. It's a finesse. The finesse is who won. Who won? And is it both equal on both sides? I think that ESPN got finesse. I think Shannon is using this, and he got to the bag while also being able to continue to build his own platform.
Lee Marcus Spears, Mad Dog Russo, Ryan Clark and the crew. I've got another announcement coming in about a week or so as well.
Oh, wow.
But that's step one.
You're
step
busy.
one.
Okay.
I'm busy.
Oh,
Yes,
beautiful.
I'm very busy. But step one is that it is official. I just learned this 60 seconds ago.
Of course.
Literally 60 seconds ago. It is official. Shannon Sharpe is coming to First Take, and he debuts September 4th, and he'll be on this show opposite me every Monday and Tuesday. In advance to my brother Shannon Sharpe, first of all, thank you for joining the show. Secondly, condolences in advance. You're not used to getting beat down. He's the modern day Black Hulk. He's the modern day Black Hulk. You know, he's not used to getting beat down.
You couldn't just say welcome.
Beat down.
You couldn't just say welcome.
Shannon Sharpe, welcome. Welcome to the. How about this? Welcome to the beatdown.
Yeah, I think that Shannon Sharpe absolutely finessed ESPN because he got the better part of that deal. I don't think that ESPN is going to grow as a result of it. I'm not even sure if Shannon – here's the real question, and we're going to find out within the first month of him joining ESPN. Here's the real question. Is Shannon Sharpe the same Shannon Sharpe that he was with Skip Bayless, or did Skip Bayless bring the best out of Shannon Sharpe? Is Shannon Sharpe really the Shannon Sharpe that we think he is, or is Shannon Sharpe, did Skip Bayless bring the best out of Shannon Sharpe? That's the question that I have going forward. Because if not, then Shannon Sharpe really finessed him for a bag, right? And also, I'm still going to probably be checking, especially more in the beginning of September, I'm going to be checking more to see what's happening over there on Undisputed than I will be on what's going on First Take. But we going to see. I absolutely think that Shannon Sharpe finessed them. I'm not sure that it's going to be as entertaining. It seems forced. I'm not sure if it seems organic. I'm not sure if we can really depend on Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe to give us an organic show, similar to how we've seen Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe be able to play off the dynamics of how Skip Bayless was always holding LeBron James accountable and how Shannon was authentically bothered by the fact that Skip Bayless always downplayed his football highlights to celebrate people like Tom Brady. And I just don't know. I don't know if we can honestly get the best out of Shannon Sharpe the way that he was with Skip Bayless. Shannon Sharpe to bring podcast Club Shay Shay to the volume in a new deal. And he signed to ESPN. I told y'all that he was going to leverage it and do it 2 days a week, and he was going to be spending the other majority of his time doing his own thing. The NFL player and former FS1's Undisputed would also work with Colin Cowherd's company to develop new content. Shannon, the former Hall of Famer, found a new home for his popular podcast club, Shay Shay and the Volume. Can I get my $30 million? Yeah, I was half right, Shensi. I'll read that super chat shortly. Can I just get my $30 million? That's all I want is my $30 million. I'm better than all of these people. And he's just leveraging. He's literally leveraging what it is that he got going on out here in these streets in order to run the bag up. Can I get my $30 million or no? In addition to moving his podcast to the Volume, the digital network and podcasting hub founded by sports host Colin Cowherd, Sharpe's company, Shay Shay Media, will jointly produce new programming with the network. The news comes after Sharpe's exit from Undisputed, the Fox Sports debate show, in June, which had its podcast back on the market. I'm excited to partner with my friend Colin Cowherd and the creative team at The Volume, Sharpe said. The Volume has built an amazing platform that is right fit to help Shay Shay Media reach the next level. It's all about Shay Shay Media, right? That includes developing new shows and bringing on new talent under the Shay Shay Media brand. So he's trying to be a mogul. 1.25 million YouTube subscribers. Began meeting with Sharpe that afternoon. Subsequently held several weeks. The conversations with the hosts amid many other competitive offers. The Volume eventually struck a multi-year deal with Sharpe in which he will have revenue sharing deal on his multi-million-dollar podcast and others to come. Club Shay Shay features weekly interviews with Sharpe and a roster of athletes and celebrities with recent guests including Dwayne Wade, Steve Harvey, and Deion Sanders. Rumored to be up for a job on ESPN First Takes, what we obviously know about today. Yeah, man. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a commercial. I'm like, what the heck was that on my screen? Yeah, so Shannon Sharpe absolutely finessed everybody out of a bag. He's doing multi-deals. He can do all. Obviously, they're not exclusive to just ESPN. And that's why he's only signing on for a couple days a week over there with Stephen A. Smith. Good grief. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe.